What's good, everybody? So, they have dropped a full-fledged trailer for the John Wick universe spinoff series, The Continental. And let me just tell y'all this. When I saw this trailer, I was excited. I was hyped up. Can't wait to see this trailer. And it's here. And this trailer has got me so locked in that I cannot wait until September comes so that I can check in to the Continental and check this series out. Now, there's a few things why I like this trailer. I'm going to break them down to y'all. One, the story. This is the story about Winston. Now, if you all seen the John Wick movies, we already know who Winston is. Winston is the guy who's in charge of all the Continental hotels. He's the one that runs it. That's his world, that's his kingdom. And this is the story about him. We're going to get a chance to see young Winston back in the day growing up in this world, and what did he do to go up the ranks of power to become the Winston that we see now and we know in the John Wick films. And I was excited when they was going to do this because Winston has always been one of my favorite characters in the John Wick series because he's such a cool, laid-back guy, but there's a mystery about him. The way he talks, his reactions to things, you just look at this guy and you can just tell that, okay, he's done some things to get in this position of power. He's got his hands dirty, but what did he do? That's the question. And with his right-hand man, Sharon, in the trailer, we see a young Sharon as well as a young Winston. And if Sharon is Winston's right-hand man, then we know that Sharon definitely knows where the bodies is buried at and knows a lot and done a lot too, because they are like together like this. The second thing is the villain in this series, which is Mel Gibson. When I heard about Mel Gibson was going to be a part of this, I was excited, but I wanted to know what was he going to do. And looking in this trailer, we see that Mel Gibson is the villain in this series. You put Mel Gibson in a movie not a movie, but in a series like this that's got to do with revenge, payback, gunshots, bullets, blood, the whole nine, he's going to show up and he's going to show out. So him and Winston going at it is another reason why I love this trailer. The next thing is the action. The action in this trailer looks really good and it's off the chain. From the fights to the gunshots, it's got me sucked in. The next thing, the cinematography. The way that this film is shot, that is going to take place back in the 1970s, and we get a chance to see that cinematography of New York and of the Continental back in the 70s. So the way that this film was shot and how the action scenes look in this film goes together is another A+. And why it's definitely at my top of the list to check out in September. The next thing that I like about this is that everybody who worked on the John Wick films are working on the spinoffs. That's the most important thing, because when you do spinoffs of a really great series of franchise, they start to bring in other people who don't really understand it, who can't give us as the fans what we want, and they just mess it up and start doing all this stupid stuff. But having the same people who work on the films to say, hey, we're going to be a part of developing the John Wick universe and the spinoffs is definitely at the top of the chain. Because you want to keep that chemistry, you want to keep that energy going. You don't want it to fade away, you don't want to lose it. So overall, if you all haven't seen the Continental trailer, definitely check this out, because you won't be disappointed, and it's definitely going to get your interest. If you're a John Wick fan, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're not a John Wick fan, still check this out, because I want to hear from you guys. Let me know, and you decide. Is the Continental something that you want to check out in September? by looking at the trailer? Does the trailer get your attention, or this is something that you be like, I'm not sure? Let me know so we can have this conversation, and stay tuned.